been depressed? Have you felt you have a very serious problem and you cannot share it with your friends, with your family, and it kills you? It makes your brain want to explode and the world seems so cruel to you. Have you ever had a feeling of worthlessness and self-blame or exaggerate feelings of guilt? And and have you ever felt your burden is heavier every single day and you just want to end it all? If you ever felt that, here I am. I care about you and I care about mental illness. World Health Organization said there are more than 800,000 in this world died because of suicide every year, and there are more people who attempted suicide too. There is an indication in every death person died because of suicide, there are 20 more people who want to attempt suicide too. And in Indonesia, there is 3.7 per 100,000 people of suicide cases. It is compared to the other country in Asia that prevalence is lower. But with 258 million people, it means there are 10,000 cases of suicide every year. And it means we can say there is at least one person died per hour. 90% suicide case is because of depression. The other problem is because of such as bipolar disorder, school problem, broken hearted, unhappy family, economical problem, alcoholic and drug, schizophrenia. Ironically, 30% of suicide cases is because of depression, which is actually can be prevented and can be treated. In Indonesia, the Ministry of Health and Mental Health Division provided a helpline to tackle the suicide cases by the level of public health centers. But ironically, that hotline is closed in 2014 and there is no more counseling providers that can be needed 24 hours. And there are only 345 psychologists should face 240 million people in Indonesia, and they are centralized in Java Island. It ain't equally spread throughout Indonesia. It makes patients more difficult to find health provider which they want. And here our solution. I present you Takecare. We provide platform service, peer counseling based on application. It makes the user easily share the problem with volunteer listener or expert psychologist. Users can be choose to be connected by chat, free calls, or by video calls. And the volunteer listener is from common people that voluntarily want to be a listener and they are interested in these issues. And our target is everyone who has problems or even depression. Well, we did validation in Brawijaya University student. It is 45 respondents and we get that 29% respondents said that they are comfortable share the stories problem to strangers indirectly, and 41% they are uncomfortable share the stories or problem to strangers indirectly, and 94% said they want to share their problems to professional psychologists. We discussed with psychology professor, Professor Ilhamuddin, to get law consultant to provide privacy protection. So, after we did the validation and we got the responses, we decided to change our idea. At first, our target is every person who has a serious problem such as depression, but depression is such a serious problem and it should be treated by medicine and also by therapists. So we changed our target to every person who has problem and stress and prevent them having severe condition that leads to depression. And second, as the market wants, we decided to make the volunteer as psychology students so that people assume that they understand about psychology. Well, this is our value proposition canvas. In customer jobs aside, we found two main jobs to be done. The first, they have stories, but they are ashamed or they're afraid to tell the stories to their friends because they are afraid that considered as weird or creep by the people they know. And second, there are many people who still hide their problems. This is our business model. Our system to connect user or client and the psychologist and also the volunteer is by our client post their stories or problems in our timeline anonymously or show their names. Either volunteer or psychologist can take our response to clients by touching the touch option. We also provide privacy protection for either clients or psychologists by the law consultant. Well, this is our business model canvas. After we do validation on Brawijaya University, of course, the value proposition is giving either psychologist or the volunteer or the client the security of protection. And second, helping the clients reduce their problems and stress that faced by the clients. And this is our customer segments. There are students, it's from middle school to college students, and also the employee and psychologists, and also the psychology students. This is our channels to connect our value to customer by mobile application, Indonesian Psychologist Association, Psychology Student Affiliation, social media, and also company. And our customer relationship, it is to keep our relationship with client. We provide personal help, special personal help, security protection, either for psychologists and also for the clients. This is our revenue streams. We can get commission fees, advertisement, and subscription fees. It's the key partners is to support the value proposition. It is law consultant, psychologist, and also hospital. Our key resources are web and application designer, teamwork, professional psychologist, mobile application, transportation, and also psychology student affiliation. Our key activities to provide peer counseling to people with stress or with problem, and to collaborate with professional psychologists. Well, this is our cost structure. There are developing website and application costs, employee payment, cooperation costs, and also advertisement costs. Well, lesson that we learned after we did validation in Brawijaya University and we got 55 responses. We provide the peer counseling and sharing to help people with stress, to reduce their pain, to reduce their problem, to prevent them having severe condition that lead them to the depression. Since the hotline of the Ministry of Health Mental Health Division is closed, we try to help people to share their problem, to share their story and giving them advice in order to reduce their pain, in order to reduce their problems. And by that, we try to reduce the number of suicide in this country or attempted suicide by preventing them. And by that, we try to reduce the number of suicide in this country or attempted suicide by preventing their stress that develop to the depression that can lead to the suicide activity. So this is us from Takecare. Thank you.